Hey guys, and welcome to the Hobby News. Alright, so we got our Sunday preview on for GW, and yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be Warhammer Day, and they've got a few, I guess, pre-orders for us for that week, and a few other little things in this article, so that's pretty cool. So let's get right into it. So Sunday preview, celebrate Warhammer Day and the rise of the Lumineth Realm Lords. Yeah, so I'm assuming that all the books here are for pre-order. I don't think they're actually out on that day. Usually that's how this works, but yeah, they've got a pretty cool limited edition model for Warhammer Day. I'm sure many of you have already seen it, but this is my first chance to preview it, so yeah, let's go in and take a look. So next Saturday is Warhammer Day, a massive celebration of all things Warhammer. This year it's the 35th anniversary of Warhammer 40,000, commemorated with the draw-dropping new miniature. There are also new releases for the Lumineth Realm Lords and Warhammer the Horus Heresy. Here are the week's highlights. Yep. So we've got this. So this is pretty cool. I saw this on Instagram, and yeah, that's a pretty cool rendition of that art, which they're going to talk about in a second. But yeah, look, really nice. You know, that's a pretty good, pretty faithful. I guess version of it, a little bit different, but you know, it's got most of the hallmarks of the artwork. You know, the overall idea is there, although they've changed it up a little bit. They've gone for a much, I guess, cleaner style for some of these new Black Templars. I've noticed that on a few of them, they've got sort of like less on their armor. It's more simplified, and that's an interesting choice. I guess they're looking for that sort of monastic sort of approach to these Black Templars, I suppose, and keeping them a little bit less ostentatious than, let's say, some of the other chapters, which we have a lot of bling all over. Although we do have this nice little, you know, gold chain around his neck, so he is sporting a little bit of bling, but you know, it's not as much. You know, you don't have it everywhere. Like even on the artwork here, we see the Aquila on the chest there. There's quite a few more purity seals, and even, you know, some markings on the knee pad and so on, which you're not really seeing here. Although it could be on the other one, but we can't see it. But overall, it's a bit more of a cleaner look, which I don't actually mind. That's kind of nice. You know, flat areas are kind of rare in modern GW sculpting, so anytime they do something where it's a bit more simplified is actually quite refreshing. It's definitely you know, if you're a painter, it is actually something you're looking for a lot of the time when you're doing these sorts of, you know, minis. You are looking for those moments where you can actually express yourself with the painting, and so you need these little spots here so that you can sort of do a little bit of blending and a little bit of interesting work to make the mini, you know, fun to do and something cool to look at. So, you know, we've definitely got opportunities here, is basically what I'm saying, for anyone that's interested in that. It's got it all there, and also in the Ork here. The poor Ork that's getting skewered. You know, we've got some good muscularity here. You know, he's a pretty buff Ork. We've got like good definition there. So there's a good chance also for some good skin work here. Some good Ork flesh tones. You know, you can put a lot of pallid tones in there because he's being skewered. So we can have discolorations there. There's a few really nice things you could do here with this Ork. So yeah, all in all, it's a pretty nice miniature, I'd say. We've got a few more views here. I've also got the helmeted option as well, which is good. That's always nice to see a few options. But yeah, overall, it's a lot cleaner style for this Black Templar, I think, which I'm actually okay with. I like that. It's a cleaner silhouette. We're seeing, you know, quite good definition here with all the different elements of the body that are moving forward. You know, the sculpt is good. There's a lot of animation for a Space Marine. That's kind of hard to do. You know, these Space Marines are pretty blocky, so it's kind of difficult to get like full movement out of them, and this sort of reaching with the arm is very difficult. So they've done some ingenious stuff here with the sort of the connection points here to allow it to stretch and give you that look, because it's very hard to do that in these sorts of armored suits. Yeah, so it's yeah, pretty cool. I like it. I think that anyone that's into Black Templars will definitely, I would say, be very happy to pick this up. Yeah, it's a cool model. So, and I'm pretty sure we'll just read it, but I'm pretty sure you'll have a chance to pre-order and guarantee one, I think, from the 8th. But we'll just have a look at it in a second. So let's just see what they say. So celebrate the start of October with this stunning diorama featuring an Ork Nob receiving the emergency. Okay, yeah, we won't worry about all the fluff. But anyway, it's based on Bayard's Revenge. Okay, so wait, it says who it's based on, the artist. Hang on. Maybe it just says the thing that it's based on. Okay, I thought they had the artist there as well. Okay, no, they don't. Okay, so, oh, maybe it does. Hang on. Based on a classic piece of artwork. There we go. This mini diorama, this is what I read, is a must-have for collectors, painters, and gamers. Its level of detail and multiple textures make it a fun challenge to paint. And you can even use it as an Emperor's Champion on the tabletop. Yep, okay, cool. So, yeah, Bayard's Revenge is available to pre-order from the 8th, and you're guaranteed to get one as long as you order before the 23rd of October. Yeah, so that's cool. So it looks like it might also... Maybe it's okay to be on a larger base, I guess. I don't know. I thought an Empress Champion was on a smaller base, but maybe not. Maybe that's on the right size base. Yeah, that's great. So you'll be able to get one if you really want it. I can see a few good conversion possibilities here for some other Space Marine chapters, or even, I could see a good Chaos conversion here, like a Word Bearer's character or something like that. That could be kind of fun. You could convert this up, the Ork, take it out, and put something else in there. That'd be pretty cool. There's a few choices there, I think. So yeah, all in all, pretty good. And then we've got a few other offerings here. We've got the usual books, but we've got Lumineth coming. So they've got their, I guess it's their 57th book of 3rd edition. I don't know however many books they've had over the time that AOS has been a thing. But we're getting another one, and I'm sure it's great. Anyone that's into the game will have probably already this has probably already been leaked, and everyone knows what the rules are anyway. So I won't go into that. But yeah, look, it's good. They get that out of the way and move on to some of the more interesting ones, I guess. But I don't want to get too, down on the elves. I am going through my journey of like painting each of the elven types that are in the GW games, Warhammer and so on. I've done a few now. There'll be more coming in the future. I'm enjoying painting them. I can say that now. I don't have to be so negative about elves. I can say that they're cool to paint. I don't know how they are to play a game with, but certainly from the hobby side of things, they're a bit of fun to play around with, because they do offer some different choices for painting, which, if you don't paint elves, less so, I guess. They just have a unique look and feel to them that is actually pretty satisfying to paint and so on. So yeah, that's cool. That's my positive thing for the elves today. So let's move down. So we've got their usual army box as well, which is great. And I don't think this one comes with... There's that new one that we looked at a while ago, which I'll probably paint for the channel, which is a new female character that's sort of, on 1 foot or whatever, similar to this sort of thing that's in this box. But yeah, that new one they've got, I think that was in their promo box or whatever. So we'll definitely be looking at that one, hopefully, in the future. Yeah, but all in all, pretty cool. We've got all the usual bits and pieces. That's good for gaming if you're in the tournament scene. There are little tokens and so on. That's good. We've got some dice, which is a lot cleaner and easier to read. That's very good as well. And then we've got the big boys, so Sons of Behemoth. So yeah, that's great. So they're getting their book as well. Get a bit of destruction going, and I'm sure it's good. It looks like they've got a new unit type, I think, for these, and also a couple of they've showcased a couple of new models. I guess their king. That's the one that's on the cover here, I think. And I think there was another unit type they've got as well. So I'm pretty sure they've got two. So they've got the King Broad here, and then there's another one, I think. So yeah, that's good. It's good to flesh out this roster a little bit, because when you're playing giants, you don't have so many choices. It's nice to have a few variations, so you've got more to do. Basically, you can do more different types of builds. You know what I mean, and get into that side of things. Otherwise, I feel like doing the big boys, it's more like a modeling project, right? You're doing these guys because you really want to dig into that and explore some ideas, either for conversion or painting side, or both. And then the gaming side is what it is. It can be satisfying for a while, but I'm sure the depth is could be extended, is all I'm saying, to keep the interest there, right? So yeah, but it's a beautiful model, great details. Yeah, we've got some nice choices. And then I think this is the same, isn't it? I'm pretty sure these man crushers, and they've got their, I guess this is like a reboxing or whatever, I suppose, for this one. I thought there was another choice, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Someone can tell me in the comments about that, but I thought there was one more version. Maybe it's just King Broad that's new. I don't know. Yeah, but that's really cool. I'm glad to see they're getting a little more, because it just makes them more interesting to play with, right? So yeah, that's great. And they've got some very readable dice, which is also really, really cool. And then we've got this. Now, I thought this this was already released, but obviously not. So the RiderProteus, which is the sort of the old Rogue Trader, I guess, you know, reimagining of that old kit and so on, the original Land Raider, and you know, it's a cool model for sure. It definitely speaks to me because I was from that time. I'm one of the old people from that bygone era that remembers all this sort of thing, and you know, it definitely speaks to me. You know, they're talking about in the blurb down here about the 1980s look and all of that, and they're speaking to me and others like me that remember that and are from that time, right? And definitely have a very, I guess, nostalgic and loving memory of this particular kit. So yeah, they know how to market to the right crowd, right? So yeah, it's cool. We won't stay too long on this because we all know what this is and what they're doing. So yeah, we'll just leave that be. Then we've got a few upgrade kits here for World Eaters, and I think yeah, Blood Angels as well, and that's all good stuff. So then obviously some more books and so on. So yeah, all in all, pretty good offering there. I think the Warhammer Day Mini is probably the highlight. Although King Brod here is pretty cool, right? That's a pretty nice giant kit, and I love the little familiars that he's got. These little red gobbos, they're really cool. It's nice to see to get some pet classes in the range. They do that pretty well though, pretty faithfully. They always do a pet class, which I'm a big fan of, so that's cool. But we'll leave it up here on this one because you know it is going to be Warhammer Day by the time this video comes out in a couple of days, so that's really good. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit that like button, subscribe button. It really helps me out. And I guess I'll catch you on the next one.